And now, the Fox 24 News Now Spotlight Music Series.
Aloha, Jake Shimabukuro here. Just want to let you know that on October 14th, we're going to be performing at the Charleston Music Hall. So please come out. We're so excited to be back in Charleston. It's one of our favorite places in the world. And I'll be joined by Jackson Waldhoff on electric bass. And we're just looking forward to bringing some music to you. So thank you so much for your support. And we'll hope to see you soon. Aloha.
Few musicians can take an instrument and completely redefine its potential, but Jake Shimabukuro has done just that with the ukulele. We are happy to be joined by the ukulele virtuoso himself, Jake Shimabukuro. Jake, thank you so much for being here with us today. And I have to say, you have taken the ukulele to places that no one ever thought a ukulele could go. And I want to hear about what initially drew you to this instrument.
Well, first of all, aloha. Thank you so much for having me. I was born and raised in Honolulu, Hawaii, and so my mom played the ukulele. So when I was about 4 years old, she sat me down, taught me a few chords, and I just fell in love with it. It became an obsession for me, pretty much my whole life, and I still love it just as much today as I did, as a kid. But starting out playing a lot of traditional music, I had no idea that this instrument would open all these doors, for me, and to be able to travel and to have these opportunities to play all over the world and collaborate with different musicians. So it's truly been a dream come true.
And speaking of collaboration, you have worked with such a wide variety, a wide range of different artists. And I wanted you to touch on the collaboration aspect and why that excites you so much.
Yeah, well, I just love how music brings people together, especially the ukulele. There's something so unique about it, where I think and not to offend any other ukulele players out there, but I just want to say that one thing about the ukulele is you don't feel like you have to be a musician to play it. It's not intimidating. So I've seen senior citizens, people who've never touched an instrument their entire lives, after they retire, they're like, oh, I want to play the ukulele, and they'll pick it up and they'll join these community groups. And it's just so beautiful to see, this instrument just brings so much joy to people. And, and these community groups meet once a week. And, so it builds a sense of community and it's just so positive, and I think that's so important, something that we all need, in our life. And I think music just seems to do that. So collaboration is, to me, just seems like a no-brainer, right? To be able to collaborate with other musicians, other artists, and also, I think just people of different genres or industries, because I think there's always creative ways that we can figure out how to work together, whether it's directly or indirectly or even abstractly, you just never know. But there's always room for collaboration and for us working together.
Yeah. I feel like you have dipped your toe into almost every genre, right? But you have your next project, the Blues Experience, that is coming out. That's a collaboration with Mick Fleetwood, of all people. So tell me about this. This is really exciting, Jake.
Yeah, so Mick Fleetwood, the iconic, legendary musician, founder of Fleetwood Mac. I mean, he is my favorite drummer. And, to me, he is the pioneer. I mean, he's like the one, so to collaborate with him, this was so unbelievable. I still can't believe this happened, but we actually got to see Fleetwood Mac at their reunion tour a couple years ago, and we got to talk backstage. And so Mick and I have that connection because he also lives in Hawaii. So we started talking about doing a project, and we just thought, as an experiment, let's get into the studio, pick a few songs and see what would happen. And we decided to go the blues route because the original Fleetwood Mac band was a blues band with Peter Green. And I've always loved the blues, especially like blues guitar players, people like Gary Moore, Jeff Beck, Albert King, I mean, Eric Clapton, the list goes on and on and on. So taking some of these iconic blues tunes, and exploring them with the ukulele, and of course with someone like with Mick Fleetwood, someone who not only knows this music but he lived this music and he inspired this sound and this style of music. So that was such an honor, and I tell everybody that Mick Fleetwood, his intensity, and he's so present when he plays, and he's like a point guard on a basketball team. He just elevates everyone around him. And and I just feel so grateful because he was so encouraging and really pushed me to be out of my comfort zone and try something that I've never really experimented with before. So I'm so proud of this record, and I hope people enjoy it.
Well, I know that they will. And Jake, you are very humble, and just the way that you were speaking about Mick, he's so talented, but you are a legend in your own right as well. And we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today. We have the opportunity to see Jake live right here in Charleston at the Charleston Music Hall this upcoming Monday, October 14th, where you can get tickets. The website will be on the screen. Jake, I want to thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh, thank you. So grateful, and just looking forward to the show and being back in Charleston, one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Well, we will see you very soon.
All right. Aloha.
The Spotlight Music Series, Fridays on Fox 24 News Now.